When Derek Bach appointed you, you were the first female dean to lead a Harvard faculty, the very first in 1982. So what was that like, to be the only woman sitting at the table?
I walked into one of these deans' meetings one time, and 3 or 4 of my colleagues as deans were standing together sipping a little sherry before the lunch began, and they hadn't seen me come in. And these were very nice guys. And one of them said to his fellows, "Oh, it was so much easier when we were all alike." And I smiled and waited till they finished that conversation before I joined them.
Was it a constant thing that you felt?
Well, I was represented several things that Harvard did not value. I was a woman. I was in a school of education. I hadn't gone to Harvard. I had a strange maiden name, which when I came to the Radcliffe Institute, a member of the Radcliffe trustees said, "Oh, my dear," in a very gentle way, "why don't you just drop that Albjerg, my Danish father's name, and Patricia Graham would fit so much better."
Oh, goodness.
So I, of course, didn't drop it. But I was accustomed, by that time I became dean, to not fitting in entirely. And so I thought that was just the way the world worked, and you might as well get along with it and do the best you could and build on the strong foundation of the School of Education here, but make it a little more relevant to the problems that America faced in education.
So you've said earlier just how the ed school was very much on its own. Certainly every tub on its own bottom was very, very clear during that period of time. But did you have many relationships with other deans or other schools at Harvard?
Socially, I knew most of these people. And President Bach was always eager for the schools to work together. But it would be fair to say that the School of Education was not every other school's first choice to work with. The point of view was that the School of Education was a trade school. They had teachers' colleges scattered around the United States that did what schools of education did. That's not what Harvard did. So institutionally, this was a little hard. And I also, of course, was the only woman, and there was not universal enthusiasm for that. But I was always treated politely, and I found that I was vastly better off if I talked individually to deans than if I tried to sell the School of Education. I thought they would come around, and to a very large degree they did. Bach sponsored dinner parties for the deans occasionally, and then he started dinner parties, separate dinner parties for the schools at Harvard that were least prestigious. And of course, the ed school fit right in there, along with public health and design and so on. But when U.S. News and World Report came out with its first review of schools of education, a category that I'm not wildly enthusiastic about. Nonetheless, it was very nice that the Harvard Graduate School of Education was number 1.